Hi Libra, here's a general look at your solar chart for the whole of 2014, and there's quite a lot to cover here, so I won't be going into it in a whole lot of detail, but there will be a little bit more written up on my website if you're interested. So in 2014 we're going to have three Mercury retrograde periods. The first one starts on February the 6th, and I'll come back to that in the forecast for February, how that might be affecting you. And also we're having two solar eclipses. The first one's on April the 29th in Taurus, and the second one is on October the 23rd in Scorpio, and I will be coming back to those as well. Probably you'll find on my website how that might be affecting your sign. The big headline really is going to be the Cardinal Grand Cross, and this very much puts you Cardinal signs right in the thick of it. This is going to be occurring throughout April, May, coming in, it's sort of applying in March, late March, so we could be feeling things across the globe really in different ways, even including the weather, where this long-running aspect between Uranus and Pluto, which is underlying this spirit of change and revolution and rebellion and struggle, as we've been seeing on our news, in lots of places across the world ever since it came into alignment in 2011, and it will be there until summer of 2015, but probably picking up the pieces, and it won't be all over until we get into 2016 because this will have started a kind of a trend and a wave, and you guys, the cardinal signs, as I say, are being very affected by this, and in a way the way you're handling this is going to set the precedent for all the rest of the signs everywhere, because the cardinal signs really are the movers and shakers, and the fixed signs and the mutable signs have their own dynamics, but you guys have got this real sort of spirit of enterprise with you, and you are right out in front with this one. So that Grand Cross in the cardinal signs is going to be another moment of choice, and we've had quite a few of them in the mass consciousness, which is shifting us from the Piscean to the Aquarian age. And astrologically speaking, as one of the cardinal signs, there's a lot of planetary action affecting your sign with Uranus, Pluto, and then there will be Mars and Jupiter all making a strong impact. So it's never about really what happens out there, it's how we respond to it. With Uranus in your opposite sign, Aries, until 2019, and Pluto at the root of your chart in Capricorn for more years than that, there you will have noticed, maybe already some of you in the earlier parts of Libra, a lot of change and turns of events in close partnerships, and to do with maybe property, family, in the neighborhood, and maybe I mean, it feels like it's coming more from the outside, but actually this is your subconscious in a way drawing those experiences to you, because they're generational actually, and about the evolution of our species. So this is quite big stuff really, and can be quite uncomfortable when you're right in the middle of it. Venus and Mars are going to be extremely relevant to your sign this year. Venus is for a long time transiting Capricorn, and came into Capricorn on November the 5th and will leave on March the 6th. And that is at the root of your chart, and then Mars is going to be in your sign starting from December the 8th. So it's probably already there when you're watching this. First of all, Venus, that will tend to bring more support for you through family, extended family, in your special tribe, or just within the neighborhood somehow, and relations with family or within a community should improve, and you will find them more well disposed towards you. There'll be helping hands there, and some of you will have the urge to reach out to others as well. So there could be more visiting coming into your space or you visiting others. But also some of you may really want to embellish your space, do some interior decorating, you know, do the place up a bit for whatever the reason, just to make it more attractive for yourself or to make it more marketable. And other things considered, you could do well in a property deal over this period, or a move of some kind. In late January until the first week of February, Venus is nearing the degree of Pluto, and that could mark a sort of turning point or quite an intense period, and there may be some deeper questioning going on and more sensitive feelings. You know, you could just feel more prickly about things because maybe others that seem to have all the cards you feel like they're taking over in some way, or you're struggling to get more control, and that could be to do with somebody that you are in relationship with, whether that's family or friend, or you know, a love relationship, or indeed, I mean, another kind of love relationship, of course. So yeah, so that's a period there to be aware of. Mars enters your sign, or entered your sign, on December the 8th, and will be there until July the 25th, 2014. An extraordinarily long transit, and so during that time you're going to feel more in the mood to tackle things, to roll up your sleeves and get on with it, to initiate things, get the ball rolling. There's been quite a lot of kind of things being up in the air before Mars came into your sign. Maybe you felt a bit hamstrung in some way and unable to actually make something happen or real. Well, it's going to be very different with Mars in your sign. Things are just going to speed up around you, whether you're in the mood or not. And this will be a good time to really tackle things like improving your health, your image, your outer image, and getting, you know, furthering your ambitions, your goals, your targets. Mars will tend to boost your vitality, so that's a good thing, and brings into sharper focus your objectives in life. For some of you, this could actually trigger a love relationship. It could really start to heat up, and when I say that, that can be in a good way or not so good a way, because Mars is very feisty. It's very hasty as well. So just maybe don't dive into something without kind of thinking it through a little bit first, because the tendency would be that you would do that with Mars here. And because Mars likes, you know, dynamic action, so you can be very kind of dynamically active at this time in some kind of, you know, with a significant other. But having said that, Mars really does like to do things on his own, likes to be out in front, leading the way, making decisions, motivating others, but initiating things and not waiting for the rest to catch up. So it looks like you're going to be very busy and somewhat in demand over this prolonged transit of Mars, and sometimes you could feel the need to push yourself beyond the limits. You could feel a bit overloaded. So what I would say about that is the obvious, you know, is just to draw firmer boundaries and just kind of let go and relax as much as you can, because you do actually have quite a lot going on in your sign this year where you need to look after yourself, Libra, and, you know, just let the rest take the strain, just let them look after themselves. So try and sort of engineer that you can build this into your daily routines, and you can make a great deal of progress during this long transit, and have quite an impact on others, actually, as long as you're ready to step up to the plate, be more decisive, initiate things, and you'll work hard getting things more the way you want them on many levels, and that does include, as I say, outer image, health, and you know, things that you want to do for yourself personally that are close to your heart. Jupiter is in Cancer still as the year kicks off, and will be there until July the 16th. And that's in your area of career and general life direction, meaning more doors swinging open, but not all will be leading to the path you wish to travel, and you could be kind of scratching your head and puzzling over which is the best way to go. And it's more likely you could become recognized, though, over a larger stage. Somebody could come along who really appreciates your style, who thinks that you might be able to do something for them, and that could really just drop in your lap out of a clear blue sky. But you've got to cast your nets wider, you've got to make it known you're there. So it would be wise for you to situate yourself in the area and in the manner, doing the stuff that you prefer, to really get the most out of this energy, because you're going to do it anyway. But if you're not doing something you prefer, or being in places or with people you prefer, then it'll come at you through places that you don't prefer or people you don't prefer. You see, it's strange the way the energies work. But you definitely be learning new things professionally. You could even be doing some study there, or indeed teaching others and putting your knowledge and experience out into a wider field. But you should, as this transit goes on, start to feel more established with your goals and your professional life, or your just general direction in life and what you do for a living. And travel, foreign connections, it could be more emphasized with Jupiter here. Then Jupiter goes into Leo on July the 16th, things which have been very much on the back burner, hanging fire, you waiting, or in fact you just shelved them because you just given up. Then something there could just start rolling forwards. Expansion will be via new associations and friendships, a social circle. This is a very good angle to your sun sign when Jupiter comes into here for a year. And it's an innovative area of your chart, very futuristic, and you can be expanding your world very much so over this phase, maybe through more technology, maybe through more to do with the internet. Your work schedule or personal social agenda could definitely be bulging at the seams, and this is an area where you could just be moving towards a long cherished goal. So maybe it's not so much about socializing for you, but it's something where you get the feeling that, now at last, you know, these great wheels are beginning to move. And you Libras will be feeling the influence of Jupiter over 2014, either through Cancer or from Leo. Saturn has gone into your area of the piggy bank. You've heard me mention this before. You've been meeting more challenges related to the material side of life. Obstacles will arise inevitably, as it always is with this. When Saturn is the stress tester, she comes along with a little silver hammer and bangs us over the head just to see if we can take it. And so therefore the obstacles have to be there. Something that you really do wish for is held away from you, you know, financially maybe, or with property. So you have to surmount these, you have to rise above them, you have to scrabble over them, or maybe kind of dig a tunnel under them maybe. So, but this is affecting all of that basic stuff in your life. But gradually over this period, you can get things under control if you're sensible, if you're consistent, if you're step by step, if you don't take no for an answer, or if you do, you know, find yourself in a chronically negative situation, you need to just get out of it. So keep taking all those small steps towards better conditions now, surmounting the hindrances which will stand you in good stead further down the line. And you Librans born from the 7th to the 8th of October, or with from 15 degrees rising and to the end of the sign, are going to feel the energy the most over 2014. Uranus continues in a hard aspect to Pluto, as I've already mentioned, orbiting closest to each other in April, May and November, December, near the time of the solar eclipses actually, but the aspect is still close over the whole year, affecting you strongly, particularly those of you Librans born in the second decade of the sign. That's to say from 10 degrees onwards. So that'll be from the second week of Libra, if your birthday's in the second week of Libra. And, you know, it's during that time partnerships, the lives of partners are going to be changing, or those in a close relationship to you. And that has this knock-on effect to you. Your life could even be turned around by, you know, in a pivotal way by a key, significant partnership or close relationship in your life. And this helps you to throw off the shackles of the past and takes you into the next stage of your growth, even though you might be a little bit taken aback or You know, it wasn't. It was the last thing you thought of at the time. The Uranian energy has this kind of jagged, nervy feel with it, and it can, you know, get you feeling a bit nervy and a bit on the edge of your seat about something that's going on with somebody in close relationship. And this could pan out as someone's special influence on you that has, in fact, a really remarkable effect, an inspiring effect on you, turning all previous plans and even perceptions on their head, or at least some of them, and at least causing you to rethink parts of the old plan, the old way of being. So really, you know, and also very interesting, unconventional people could be coming into your life at this time, who sort of almost like, you know, sweep you off your feet in some kind of a way. But again, this Uranian energy is there to help you to evolve, and in a way which gets you to be freed up, to be more authentically yourself. And of course it is influencing your sign at the same time as Pluto, and Pluto is about much deeper stuff. So that can be a little bit emotional. Uranus not, but Pluto yes. And so this is the spirit of revolution, which is facilitating growth in your life. And you Librans born 30th of September to the 10th of October, with 8 to 17 degrees rising, going to feel this energy the most over 2014. The current transit of Neptune may mean that you've got a pull, you feel a pull towards deeper, more spiritual levels at work or with health matters. You're looking at the thing holistically, maybe. Some of you may become kind of interested in, you know, yoga, tai chi, meditation, healing practices, spirituality, Reiki, and underlying this transit is that the more empathic side of you is coming forward in this area of health and work as well, day-to-day work. But also it's very imaginative, and some of you may be using more your imagination in your work, and giving really more freely of your services, being just the willing supporter and facilitator and helper to others, because this is a very service-orientated area. And some of you could have more of a connection with Neptunian work, like boating, catering, hospitality, the arts, as I said, spirituality, healing, charities. Oh, there's numerous things, but it's kind of selfless, and it's providing a service, a genuine, compassionate sometimes service to others. And you Librans born the 26th to the 30th of September, all with 3 to 8 degrees rising, going to feel that energy the most. Pluto is in Capricorn, and that's influencing the foundations of your life, your location, your home, your family relationships will be affected by this strong energy, which takes root there, and problems from the past or childhood conditioning, or, you know, things are coming up to the surface from your deep past, that sort of a deep, dark stuff, maybe that's been forgotten, maybe even from another life, if you believe that. Kind of bubbling up to the surface now, and of course we have to own something, and if we don't own it, it gets projected out onto others, or indeed it may seem to come to us from others, because others, particularly close family or extended family, as I mentioned before, may be having problems which have this effect on you. So some deeper scrutiny needed there for those of you who want to go there. And you begin to understand the ramifications of certain inherited tendencies, even emotional patterning coming down through the family line. And parents may be very implicated here. Something going on with the parent gets you thinking more deeply about things. And some of these old patterns will be strengths, you know, but some will be undesirable now and just not relevant. And so there's change happening deep within you. In an external way, Pluto, the planet of death, rebirth, may radically alter your domestic setup, even your location in the world, your place on the map. Also changing routines, daily routines at home or with family in fundamental ways. So, yeah. And you Librans born the 3rd to the 7th of October with 10 to 14 degrees rising, going to feel that energy the most over 2014. And that's it for 2014. May I wish you a very happy, rewarding and interesting, challenging new year. And I'll see you again very shortly.